Hello, hello and welcome. Well, I'm out. I'm giving this paddling another go. Today is sunny, which is a good start. There's breezes with a few gusts of wind. And I'm hoping to do an overnight backcountry camp. And I'm hoping to do it in my Haven tent. Now, that's a hammock tent, for those of you who aren't familiar with that. And it can be either used as a bivvy or as a hammock. Oh, it's beautiful in here. Just a nice little sheltered spot. Water's really flat. I'm heading out to the bigger body of water. Maybe different. Well, I'm on land. It was a bit tricky, I gotta tell you. I'll show you where the canoe is. The water level in the lake's really still high. In fact, it's very high. And there's a very precarious little ledge that I can stand on without being well past my knees in water. Okay, this doesn't look all that bad, but as soon as I get down there, where that branch is out over the lake, it's well past the top of my boots. And so I have to get out right on this little edge. Isn't this a pretty little place? There's not a lot of level spots, but I can either put the bivvy here or up here, or I can see if I can string the hammock between these two trees. I'm going to just get everything organized and get a bite to eat first. This is the site that I did my very first solo camp at, and that was, well, I guess it's about 2 years ago. It's not that long ago. So, and then I came back here in the fall, and I did my last camp of 2023 here. Okay, I've got my chair. That's the first and most important thing out of the bag today. So I'm just going to have lunch. I've got a bun, some cheese, a nectarine, some trail mix. So I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this and enjoy the view. And then I'm going to get out the Haven tent, the Haven hammock tent, and try a couple of things and see what I'm going to decide to do. I could put the hammock tent up in the forest. In fact, there's there's a number of spots there would work better than out here. But quite frankly, I prefer to be out in the light. I do. Not only is it nice to wake up in the night and see the reflection of the lake, and it's supposed to be clear tonight, and I just don't like being holed up in the middle of a bunch of trees where I can't see out. So I'll just make something work out here. Okay, I'll see you after lunch. Well, that feels better. I needed that lunch. I've been trying to figure out how to put up this Haven system. So I'll show you what I've done so far. For those of you who may not be familiar with it, it's considered to be a flat lie hammock. And it's not bad, actually. I do find, as someone who likes to sleep on not just my side, but my stomach, it's not 100% unless it's on the ground. But this is okay. I didn't think it would fit between these two trees. And it is a bit of a tight fit. It's not ideal. It is not forecast to rain at all. So I think I can get away with it. right. It's pretty good. All right, I think that's going to work. Okay, I'll show you a few features of this. No, I am not sponsored by Haven Tents. So there we go. Each end has one of these spreader bars, and then at each end there's these pockets. So there is some good interior storage. This is very strong. It goes right up to the carabiners up there. So it's not a problem to either hang things from here or use this as a support for getting in and out. In fact, that's kind of the recommended way to do it. Or if you want to turn over in the night and you find yourself moving around, you can use this. So it's got nice bug netting and then a tarp over top. And this is going to be my view. So that's not bad. In fact, with my head up at this end, I'm going to be facing pretty much east, I think. So I should, the sun should be coming up over in here. Okay, I think that's going to do. I think it looks pretty good, actually. So, you know, when you have the opportunity and the privilege of being able to come out to a place like this, and just spend time, it's just so amazing, and it just reinforces to me why I'm still doing this. And you know, going solo camping makes you really stop. At least it makes me like, I'm just here, and there's no cell phones, there's nothing going on. I saw one boat earlier this afternoon. I really don't think there's anybody camping out here. I don't know that for sure, but there's just not a sense of other people being around. I just really, really love this. You just come out for 24 or 36 hours and you just remove yourself from everything and just immerse yourself in nature and just being by yourself. And yeah, it's hard for me to really put it into words. I just know that I feel really, really good, and I'm really, really grateful and happy to be here, yeah, and have this fabulous place, and to be here by myself. I'm a lucky person, aren't I? Absolutely. Well, this is a pretty deluxe dinner. I'm going to be hard pressed to eat all of this, aren't I? But anyway, salmon burger and rice ramen with nice sauteed vegetables. So I'm going to dig into it and see what I can do with it. Looks absolutely fabulous. Well, that was quite the supper. I must say I didn't quite finish it. But I do have a garbage bag that I brought, and there is the food cache. So all of my dishes and any garbage, toiletries, everything that's got anything to do with food, and it might have any scents, I put into the food cache. I've just had the most relaxing afternoon, and I feel very comfortable here. I think because I've slept here a couple of times, and it's good. Well, this has been a pretty nice day, but it's drawing to a close. It's only about 9 o'clock, but I'm getting a bit chilly and just about run out of wood. So put the fire out, put everything away, and then I'm going to climb into bed and finish out the next hour or so in there until I fall asleep. I'm in, and it's after 10 now, so I'm going to try and go to sleep. I don't know how well that'll work. It always takes me a while to get to sleep when I come out, but anyway, I'm pretty tired, so all right, I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. Wow. The sun is just burning in here, but oh, how welcome is that? I woke up just before 4, so I think I probably went to sleep after midnight for sure. And at one point in the night, I heard this humongous splash, and I realized it was right off the rocks here. And I think what it was not a fish. I thought maybe it was a beaver, and I thought, well, I haven't seen a beaver here, but I think it was an otter, because I rather expect it was coming up out of the lake and saw my tent, that's what I guess, and then turned around and just was so surprised there was somebody here that flew back and jumped off into the water and made this big splash. It wasn't a bear, no. That would have made a whole lot more noise, but still. But yeah, it was a good night. Just the breeze, nice breeze. You know, the wind died down around, I think it was around 12:30. That's probably when I went to sleep. So there you go. We're here for the morning, and I don't have to rush. I can take my time, and I can go get the food, and then we can paddle back out. So pretty uneventful night, except for the one creature that jumped in out here. But apart from that, all's good. In fact, it was a great night. So I'll see you when I start doing something about breakfast. This is going to be a warm day. Now that I'm up and sort of washed my face, and it's the best you can do. And I'm going to just get breakfast going, and I've come up here to a little level spot and a little bit of shade, but the sun's going to come around. But it's I also got a great view. Look at this. Not bad for a breakfast spot. So let's get going here. I'm going to have this, and then I'm going to cook up one of my specialty Wendy's McMuffins. Yes, life's tough some days. Well, you might be going to ask yourself, how am I going to eat that? I'm asking myself the same question, but it sure looks good. So I'm just going to use my spork and my knife, and I'm just going to go at it. So it's going to be a mess, But I'm hungry, and I think I'm going to eat it all. Well, now I'm completely tired and hot and sweaty. But yeah, that's a tricky little spot to try and load and unload a boat this time of year with this water level. I would have been up to reach the back of the boat with it totally in the water. I would have been mid-thigh. I just don't feel like doing that. So overall, this was a terrific camp out. It was like, weather was perfect. Everything went really, really well. And I'm really glad you came along and joined me. And it's great to have company. And I'll gonna get in that little canoe in a minute very carefully after I sort of get my breath. Yes, I got in, and I didn't fall in. I was just thinking as I was, clambering into the boat very cautiously about, how do you know when you're too old to do something? Well, I guess sometimes your body just won't even let you. But if my body keeps going, when will I know that I'm too old to keep this up? And I thought, I guess when the payoff isn't worth the effort. Because as you age, the effort increases. I think in some ways I do things smarter. I'm willing to go much slower. I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to have to press that SOS button because I did something foolish. All for the sake of being speedy. And so, yeah, I think right now it's definitely worth the effort. It's definitely worth the effort. And now that I'm in and I've got my breath and I'm out here, when you kind of look at yesterday and you saw what a beautiful day it was, and I just got to relax and sit and look and listen and just be really peaceful in an absolutely gorgeous place. And then I slept, reasonably well, and woke up to all that sun pouring into my hammock tent. That was really, I don't think I've had that before. I just positioned it. I told you I thought the sun would come up there, and boy, oh boy, it sure did. So, the effort was, packing everything up and putting everything up when I got there. But the rest of it was just absolute pleasure. So for, you know, half an hour total of me struggling around, and how many hours. And plus the paddling, I don't, you know, on a day like this, I don't think of this as work. This is total pleasure. So yeah, the payoff for me is still very, very high. So as long as my body holds up and I don't get sick or, you know, injure myself in some way, I'm going to keep at it. I hope to have a really good summer and get out as much as I can, because you never know what's around the corner. All right, let's paddle on. No more talking. This is perfect paddling conditions. It's just so relaxing. I'm not working hard, I'm just paddling away. Sometimes don't want these nice little trips to end. So thanks again for coming, and I'll look forward to having you come along again on my next journey. If you enjoyed this little trip, please give the channel a thumbs up, it all helps. And I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.